Good morning, folks. Bobo settling in here at 3 Zen. I'd like to welcome everybody to the channel here this morning. So, a while back, I stumbled upon a booth of folks at a farmer's market, and they had this banner that said, Old Coots Giving Advice. It may be bad advice, but it's free. And boy, did that speak to me. That went right to my heart. I can embrace that with my whole soul. It just cracked me up. I really wanted to look for another chair and pull it up, sit down, and start talking to those guys. Um, I don't know. It really touched me. So I went on their website here a couple days ago and took a look at it. And I'd like to encourage you to have a look at it yourself. It's quite very interesting. So one of the things that caught my attention right away was their statement of values, their mission, and their vision for their organization. And I took a look at it and said, that's kind of what I want to do for 3 Zen, but not exactly. We differentiate a little bit if you go have a look at what they have on their site. But as far as 3 Zen goes, the values I want to promote on the channel are honor, integrity, respect, and wisdom. And I say that because I'm reminded of a presentation I heard, about 5, 6 years into sobriety, when I heard this tape by John V. Now, I'd tell you his whole name, but he was in Alcoholics Anonymous, and we need to keep that kind of secret, okay? So we'll just let that slide. But he said during this presentation, he says, I always knew the difference between right and wrong. I just did not know how to live it. And boy, did that strike me. I've always known the difference between right and wrong, but there were numerous occasions when I did not know how to live it. I was taught right by my parents, but then I just went off track on my own. So this kind of gives me a chance to put these values down that I really do hold dear and review them almost every day, think about it, reflect upon them, and then conduct my life in a different way than I did when I was drinking. The values I promote are honor, integrity, respect, and wisdom. And I hope through the series of presentations you'll see that. The mission statement here is to preserve a snapshot of Air Force pilot training from the mid 1960s through the 1980s, both from the instructor pilot and the student's perspective. That's what I hope to do with these stories, to give you some insight into our day-to-day life, the challenges we had, the sometimes the failures we incurred, and the victories we shared. There were many of all, if you will. And then the vision for the channel, to create an appreciation for the untiring efforts, the commitment, dedication, and shenanigans of the IPs and students during a specific time period. Maybe bring a smile to your face, an occasional shake of your head, and always instill a sense of pride into the day-to-day flying that we did. I was so very fortunate to be part of this, just a small part of this, but an observer of it. And God, did we have a blast. There are just countless times I've talked to people I worked with, the people I worked for, and the people who worked for me that said, can you imagine? You look back, can you just imagine? And the dumbasses paid us to do it. We just shake our heads and we'll laugh to this day. So, with that being said, I invite you to join in the laughter, the challenges, and so forth. And just know, I just love those guys that we flew with, that I flew with. Some of them I got a little exasperated with at times, and a couple of them didn't make it. But that's just the way it was. At any rate, good to see you here on the channel, and I hope this gives you some insight to where I'm going to be taking this. That being said, this is Bobo. Basic gear stop.